I am the host, Richard Ravenbrook, a man, a life coach, and a spiritual mentor who has endeavored to find real spiritual truth and self-enlightenment. With experiences in various ministry types, pagan traditions, and even magical paths. With a love for Mother Earth and the balance of life, I work to channel spirit and to help educate and mentor those striving to deconstruct from mainstream religion and to empower them to find the divinity within themselves and to the truth around them. The messages are focused on everyday life, creating an environment of real coexistence, a world of mutual respect, love, and dignity. The pagan preacher is all things, the preacher and the pagan, speaking from the wisdom of spirit. Welcome everyone. Welcome back to another episode of The Pagan Preacher and Ravenbrook Sanctuary. Today's podcast, today's podcast, is an extremely serious one. Not that all the others weren't serious, because they were. But today's broadcast is a special broadcast, an urgent call to action, an urgent call for humanity to come together, to gather, not in our individual countries, not in our individual religions and traditions, but it's a time to gather together as one race of humanity, one unity, one mindset, one goal, to create a world where we are free to be ourselves, free of war and free of murder, free of genocide, free of worry, of someone taking what we have, what we call home. This is the year 2024, January. We're on the brink of World War III. We see genocide. We see murder. We see globalization, colonization. We see hate and bigotry. We see things in this world that shouldn't be here, shouldn't be on this planet. We've grown in technology, we've grown in intellect, but we haven't grown in enlightenment. We haven't grown in understanding. We keep wanting to take things that aren't ours, take more than what we need. We live without respect of the balance of life. We disregard each other and other life forms on this earth, including the earth itself. And then we sit back and we worry and we wonder what's going to happen of us. Many of us cry out to our God, and our God simply says, I left you in charge of these things. You were in charge of governing this world, and this is what you have done, and now you want things changed, but yet you haven't changed. This world belongs to all of us. All of us. It is our birthright to live on this planet because we were born on this planet. No one, and I repeat, no one owns any part of this earth. There are no, quote, chosen people. I hear the Israelites say that they're chosen, that God chose them, and maybe their God did choose them. But do we not understand there are more than one God? Do we not understand that even their scriptures says there is more than one God? Yes, their God is a jealous God. Their God doesn't want any other gods before them. But do we not understand that that was a small section of this world? It doesn't include all the other races and traditions, the Native Americans, the Scotlands, Irish, the German, English, all of these people. You know, we didn't have any, I can't say we didn't have any issues, but we didn't have the issues that we did until religion began creeping in through the rest of the world and forcing conversion, did we? We respected. We understood. We understand the fact that, at least we should, that there are no chosen people. We all are chosen because we're here. People want to say, well, you don't have any right to anything. But you do. You were born on this planet. You have the right to life. You have the right to live your life as you choose. You have the right to the resources upon this earth: food, water, shelter. These are things that are inherently your right. And no one has the right to come in and say that you can't live the way you are living right now because we're going to take over and we're a different tradition and you're going to follow our tradition and disregard yours. Wars are insane. They do no good. All they do is destroy. Most of the wars that we've seen in our world have been over money, power, and land. They haven't been over protecting. And it saddens me as it should sadden you. Most of these podcasts in the last 6 months to a year have been severely grievous, haven't they? Because every time I try to sit down in spirit and give a joyful message of some kind, Spirit says that right now is not the time for that. Spirit says that the people must wake up. The people must come together. And I'm not talking about just the people of the United States, just the people of Europe, just the people of England. I'm talking about all of us. All of us with the same mindset, the same understanding, and the same want for peace, and the same want for harmony and unity. It's us that must come together. It's us that must bring down these governments that seek only to destroy, devour, and take for money and power. You say, how do we do that? We can. All of us can. Because we are the majority. We are the people. We are, like in the United States of America, we are a government of the people. And we've let that slip. We've forgotten that. We have forgotten our authority. We've forgotten our power that was given to us. And we've allowed corrupt politicians and people to take and take and take until we, the people, are no more than peasants. And the kings and the queens have taken over, disregarding our lives, our hopes, our dreams. And it's going like this all over the world. I see Germany rising up. I see other places rising up against the tyranny, against the oppression. But then at the same time, I watch as genocide occurs of the Palestinians. I watch Israel, and I hear them and their words like human animals. And just disgraceful words that supposedly come from people of God. And if your God treats people of this, if your God treats people like this and believes in mass genocide and mass murder for creatures or creations that he created, then that God is not worthy of honor. Because no one creates and then destroys their creation. It saddens me that we can't live in a world and simply respect each other. Simply respect and understand the differences in each other. That you can be different. And you can believe different. You can live differently. And that I don't have the right, nor should I even have the desire to want to change you. I have the right to live the way I choose, and the way I want to, and to believe the way I want to. But at the same time, all of us and all of our different beliefs and traditions, when it comes to the common cause, human enlightenment, feeding the hungry, making sure that people are off the streets and not dying in the freezing cold, not dying due to genocide, not dying due to hunger. We could come together and figure these things out. Why? Because it's the right thing to do. If we spent all the money we spend on religion and war, think where we would be right now. All the money and the time developing weapons of mass destruction and just creating weapons to destroy the creations of a God somewhere that we don't see. You know what I've often said? If your God says that you must destroy everybody that's not like you, then let them do it. If it's that important, if it's that grievous to them, let them do it. It is us that lives on this planet. It's us that must live together. And am I saying that you deny the words of your God? Think hard. Feel hard. Everything that you understand are written words, written by man. They are notions and feelings of mankind. Have we at any given time witnessed this God or these gods in our lifetime? Am I saying there's no such thing as God? No, I'm not. I believe in a creator. I believe in creation. But I also believe that we as a people were put here to govern this earth. We were put in charge, and that's why things happen the way they are, because we haven't done our job. Instead, we have fought and destroyed the creations of the Creator. We have battled with each other over land and power and money, when that was never the object. That was never the focus. Evil came in, and rather than showing unity and showing harmony, it showed separation and division and hate. You understand that I used to be a minister of the church, and I know what I know because I have read and I have researched and I have studied. And when I tell people that the 66 books of your Bible are corrupt, most of what you read in the new Bibles have been altered and changed to fit the narrative of what is wanted in today's society. But we can go back and we can look at certain things. For example, the Tower of Babel. Let's look at that for just a second. That the people had come together. They had come together in unity. They had come together in one common interest. And their God looked and said, these people can do anything that they desire when they come together. Let us stop them. Let us hinder them. Let us hinder their enlightenment and let us be a deterrent to their growth. Think about that for just a second. Your loving God, seeing all these people coming together, wanted to hinder you, wanted to stop you. Think just for a moment, why would your Creator try to stop you? You know, there are things that we just need to stop and we need to think. And I could go on and on and on and on about these different things and different things within Scripture and within other religions. My point is that religion is not fact. Religion is belief. And it's good to have a belief. It's okay to have a belief. But when belief begins to come in and destroy lives, when belief begins to hinder society to a point that we can no longer live on this earth without killing each other, then we have to rise above religion. We have to find that commonality, that common cause. That it doesn't matter your religion. You are a human being and you are worthy. You are equal. You have a purpose. You have an inherent right to life. And I am no one to take that from you. And you are no one to take that from me. But we do every day in society. Today, especially saddens me because I see the war beginning again. And I know wars have been going on for a long time, but I'm talking about a World War III and a devastation that I believe we will never forget. And it's all based upon confusion and division and hatred and bigotry and religion. Israel says it's the chosen people, and to that I say you're a liar. You are not the chosen people. Your book may say you're the chosen people, but I also will say this, that we cannot factually back up and validate a book by using the same book. And an author cannot validate themselves. What we know is from what we read, and what we read was written by man. I call you to a different place, not to lay down your religion or your spirituality, but to rise up above that. Rise up above that to a degree of enlightenment that says that I understand there's more. I understand the divinity within myself. I understand the God within myself. And I understand that we can be a better people. We can be a better world. We can be a better society. Rather than acting like animals, acting like creatures that we just tear and rip apart everything we find and leave nothing but scraps and disgrace behind us. We are creatures of wisdom and intellect. We have the Spirit of God within us. It means we have divinity within us. The essence, the energy within us is life. We can do so much. We have wisdom. We have the power to achieve everything that you have ever desired and more. But there's forces out there that would stop us. And it uses religion. It uses tradition. It uses laws and rules and standards that someone else created. And we follow these things because we're told that's what we're supposed to do. We're told that's because, well, we do so because that's what's right. But let's look at the example around us. Let us look at what following those things for the last 2,000 years have done for the earth and for all of us as a people? Have we grown together or have we grown apart? Have we just been killing each other little bit by little bit, and some days are better than others, some days are worse than others? But in the last 2,000 years, we may have grown intellectually as far as we've got faster cars and faster airplanes and faster and better weapons of war. But have we grown as a people? Have we grown in enlightenment and the understanding that we are all the same, we are all equal? That our biological makeup, our tradition, and our religions don't separate us. Though we are different, we are all the same. We all come from the same source. We've got to stop letting these evil forces use good notions to destroy us. So many people do bad things in good intention, or they use religion or they use spirit as a backup for what they've done. Just like I did in the olden days when they said, God wills it. God didn't will anything. You willed it. You wanted it. Because I can't in everything that I cannot believe that a loving creator would create and then tell its creations to destroy each other, as in some game of the last one standing wins. Well, how about if we all win? How if we all just lay down our weapons and say no more? No more. Is there a chosen people? But we all are chosen. We all are equal. We refuse to fight anymore. We refuse to fight over land and power and greed. That we understand that we have the resources on this earth to supply everyone with everything they need. That we can get past money. We can build a society that doesn't even use money, that doesn't care for money. We can build a society that understands the balance of life, understands the beauty of this world, and understands how to live on this earth and not destroy her. We can do this. And all those that listen to this message, I urge you to spread this message that we need to gather. Whether it be the internet, phones, or we gather together, or however this is, it doesn't really matter. The fact is that the dream, the vision, keeps going out. That we keep growing. We keep telling other people. We keep. You understand what I'm saying, right? I think all of us do. We understand that, well, what do we do? How do we start this? And I've often said that even in our government, the United States, people think, well, we have to start a war. We have to do this against a corrupt government. And the best thing you can do? Stay home. You understand that if all of us as American citizens just stayed home for a week, our economy would completely collapse. And that we would be in charge once again. Yes, there's more to it than that, I understand. But the fundamental fact that it doesn't take weapons of war, that there's other methods of achieving what we need to do. Do I have the answers? I believe I do. I believe Spirit has given me the answers to make America great again, but also to make the world great again. To create a world and create a society that loves one another, cares for one another, doesn't care about financial prosperity, but wants prosperity for humanity. We want to focus our attention on bettering this planet, visiting other planets, building a life for our children, for our grandchildren, venturing out past what we now understand and know, showing the gods and those outside of this earth that we can achieve more than what they've seen, that we can achieve more than your common creature upon this earth, that we can use the intelligence that we've been given and the wisdom that we know to say there's a time when it has to stop. I don't want physical violence. I don't want war, and I know there's ways that we can do this without. I understand that there is a time for physical, and sadly, we work to avoid that. But regardless, the focus is unity. The focus is bettering society. We look around right now in middle of January 2024, and we see country after country. We see China and Taiwan and Israel, and we see the United States, and we have fears that, even the creative society has told us that the earth is going to go through major changes within the next 5 years. And people just don't listen. In every direction, in every corner I look, we have issues. But most of our issues are issues that could have been dealt with easily. Stop looking outwardly. Stop looking for help from a God that's without, and start looking within to the God within. Start looking within, my brothers and my sisters. Start looking within and trusting that notion and that voice within you that says this is not right. God did not say to destroy each other. God did not say that you were the chosen one. That's what you want to believe. Because we all are chosen. I choose each and every one of you out there. You are all equal. You are all one. Stop letting these divisions of religion and tradition stop us from growing as humanity. Let us come together and end these wars. To end the brutality that we've seen for so many years. It's sad. It's grievous. The year 2024, and we still kill each other over religion and over land. And when do we say enough? When do we tell our governments that enough is enough? Because we do realize that 99% of the wars that we fight were never wanted by the people. They were governed by our governors. And we go because they love to proclaim pride that this patriotic spirit that we go to fight for our country. We go to fight in most of the cases. We don't go to fight any of those things. We go to fight for money, resources, land, power grabs. And all we have to say is no. That's all we got to say. You see, I can't say no, I'll be in trouble. We'll get in trouble. Say no. And if we all say no, if we all lay our weapons down, if we all stay home, if we all are determined to not fight, to not do the things that these evil people wish us to do for them, the world will begin to be a better place, because the evil will present itself. It will come out in the open, and we can eliminate it in any way that we need to. Understand this. A time is coming. The new world is coming. A new people shall arise. People that don't see race, that they don't see religion, they don't see tradition. They merely see a brother and a sister, a human being. We all have something to share. We all have something to give. But we're all equal. And we need to shut down the leaders that try to tell us that they're human animals, or they're not worthy of life. They're not worthy of, because of their religion says so. Let us get past all this. Let us come together as one. Let us gather. Let us, for a moment, ponder the future of humanity and of the planet Earth. Lay our weapons down. Lay our particular gods down. And focus within. Focus on the God within us, the divinity within us, and what we hear within us, deep within us. We have to get past the things that ramble through our minds. We have to empty our minds of what we've been told and what we have been instructed. And sometimes that's difficult, because for years we're pounded into thinking that this is right, this is right, this is wrong, this is wrong. We have to use the Spirit within us, discern the truth for what it is. You weren't sent on this earth to destroy creation or to destroy another's creation. You were sent here to have life more abundantly. You were sent here to live and enjoy and have family, or whatever it is that you choose to do. Evil would have you believe something else. Lay it down. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what Spirit is trying to express. We can be one. We can live in harmony. We can live together in peace. Say no to war. Say no to genocide. And quench those that would insist on war and genocide. Let us rise up against them. Just think about what I've said. Think about what Spirit has said. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to listen. Be blessed, everyone, and blessed be.
Thank you, everyone. This is Richard Ravenbrook. From my heart to yours, I hope you are blessed. Please be a blessing. Share these podcasts. Share my short videos. Tell the world the work that's being done. Help me open the minds of those so closed. Help me bring into the fold those seeking truth and enlightenment. Be blessed.